It's day 3 of exhumation of the alleged burial sites here in Dharmasthala, and we have confirmed reports that at spot number 6, the team has found partial human remains. Now, I say partial human remains because our source in the SIT told us that in topical soil like this, you cannot expect to find full human remains because they do disintegrate, and that is why we are being told that it's partial. Now, this is the first time that they have found any skeletal remains so far, and we will now see what comes next because this is a long process. They will have to take this for forensic confirmation. So starting now, the entire process could get slower is what we've been told. But I'm being joined by Shivani Kava, who has been here for over a month. She has been tracking what's happening every single day. And we'll get into, what this means because yesterday there were 4 spots, 2, 3, 4 and 5 that were exhumed. They had not found anything. On the first day of exhumation was spot number 1, which was larger in size. Now, there are other sites that have been shown by the whistleblower. But Shivani, if you can tell us what is the update for today, what have they found and what does this mean?
So this is a major breakthrough because today was the day 3 of the exhumation. In the last 2 days, they haven't been able to find any human remains. And today it started with spot number 6 and they finally found a partial human skeleton, which is a big deal because this man has claimed that he has buried hundreds of bodies for the last 20 years, which is 1995 to 2014. And which is mostly, particularly women and girl children who were possibly sexually assaulted. So now that they have finally found a human skeleton it's a major breakthrough, if we can say that. And considering how this man has come out of guilt and there's like some possibility that what he says there might be truth to it. We shall anyway find out once the forensic...
Well, the jury's out on that, why he came, what prompted him to come, what we'll find. All of these are things that are up for speculation. Of course, he said that in his statement complaint letter that he came out of guilt. But Shivani, there was a list that was given by the lawyers representing the whistleblower, which detailed how many bodies he claims to have buried in which spot. So going by that, spot number 13, spot number 11, these are places where he claims he's buried over 10 bodies, right? So over the next few days, will this happen faster, at a faster pace? Will this slow down the whole process? What are you hearing?
So I think from what we hear, the process is going to only slow down because look at how heavily it has been raining. Yesterday as well, it was very difficult to conduct the exhumation. And on day 1, it took an entire day to exhume in one particular spot. So yesterday, because the spots were very close to each other, they were able to finish 4 spots. But again, looking at the area where he claims to have buried these bodies, which is very close to the river, and also forested areas where it's very difficult to enter them, let alone start exhuming. So from what we know, on day 1, the manual digging could not help, so they had to bring in a JCB. And on day 2, because you cannot take a JCB inside these forested areas, so it had to be manual digging. Today as well, it was manual digging, and they finally got some breakthrough. And it's only 1:35. They started around 11:30. So
because of the heavy rain, like Shivani mentioned, the exhumation process started much later today than they do than they have over the last couple of days. Just a quick reminder at this point that Shivani has been, like I said, camping here for the last 1 month. We've had several of our reporters come here. The attempt here is to make sure that when a major news break like this happens, 1, that we report from the ground, and 2, that we do this in a responsible manner. So what we've been bringing to you is verified, authentic news. We don't put out misinformation that you see on other platforms. So if you like this kind of journalism, if you think what we do is important and it matters, then do support all of us, Shivani, Anisha, people like, the people on our desk, people who've been editing our stories, our social media executives, all of us have been putting in our time and effort. So do become subscribers of the News Minute and News Laundry. That's one way you can support us, or you could contribute to our reporting fund as well. But a quick, plug here. We did speak to the vice president of the Gram Panchayat. His name is Srinivas Rao. We had a detailed conversation with him yesterday. He's the only government official here in Dharmasthala who's spoken up so far. A highlight of what he said. He went on record to say that before 2006, that's when an official graveyard was started here in Dharmasthala. There is a possibility that the Gram Panchayat themselves had asked for bodies to be buried next to the Netravati River, which is where the whistleblower has pointed to several of the
Yes.
spots. So what he did try to imply is that under police instructions, the Gram Panchayat could have themselves buried some of these bodies. These are not illegal burials, is the point that he was trying to make. Of course, we've asked him a lot of counter questions. Do catch that detailed interviews in Kannada, but of course, the subtitles are in English.
Yes.
Shivani, before we wrap up, do tell our viewers what can be expected over the next few days.
So what can we expect in the future is more exhumations in all the other spots. So far we know 13 spots have been identified, the whistleblower, but he knows that there are far more spots where he has buried them. On day one, we did go to the 14th spot, but
Yeah.
again, it was post 6 p.m. and it was raining heavily, so they could not do the spot inspection. So there are more places to be identified, more places to be exhumed, and the SIT might bring in more technology from different places to maybe make sure this process gets a little bit more faster.
Yeah. But two things that we have to understand at this point. If they do find more bodies, at this point they found one partial remain, let's remember that the actual uphill task starts from now. Because these, according to what the whistleblower has claimed, were buried between 1995 and 2014. Over a period of 20 years. We cannot for sure tell when which body was buried and who it belongs to, because he says these were unidentified bodies. At least he didn't know their identities. So the process now will be tougher for the authorities to try and determine who these people were, how they died, were they killed, and even getting DNA samples, because let's remember these are unidentified bodies. I say this repeatedly. So it will be a very complicated process going forward. But what we also need to remember is, and we've been having conversations with families of, people like Saujanya, Padmalata, Vedvalli,
And Ananya Bhatt.
and Ananya's Bhatt mother, Sujata Bhatt. These are people who've lost their dear ones, and they think that even though this might not give them very concrete answers to what happened to their family members, they feel this is one step in the right direction, and they're hoping that they'll get some sort of closure, some sort of justice, is what all of them have been telling us. Thank you for watching our coverage all these days. Do continue to tune in to the News Minute. We will, on our part, make sure that everything that we put out is verified and authentic information.